Dana Abercrombie, the Koalition, thank you for speaking with me. This was really, really fun. So, to kind of just dive into this, I was wondering this seems to be a show where yes, it's about the monsters and the creatures, but it's also about the creatures within ourselves, the monsters who we become if we're placed in this certain situation. So, with that said, what would you say would have been the most surprising thing to learn about your character throughout this journey? For whomever wants to start, Eion.
Hmm. What would be the most surprising thing to learn about my character? That my character has learned about himself, or what would it be if it could happen?
Alf.
Is this a hypothetical?
Yeah, let's make this hypothetical because we can't spoil anything.
Right. It would be interesting to learn what one's capabilities are. Mm-hmm. To see, for a man who, in my case, he builds roller coasters for amusement parks. He's an engineer, and engineers have a very specific way of doing things, and there's a rigidity in their life through structure. And to find out what one's capabilities are, and not just for everything, like how far can one be pushed? What is the depth one can go? How far can one sink, or how high can one rise to the occasion? To find out where the antipodes where are the antipodes of the human experience, and how far can you go within them?
I mean, I think this experience is pushing everyone's limit. And I think my character, as a very protective mother, is learning to let go. Just let go and allow their children to make decisions and allow them to be their own person. And I think that's a beautiful thing to do as a parent. And sometimes we just don't do that. We just want them to be one thing, and we're just focused on them to be just one thing. And it was beautiful to learn with this season that my character is just learning to trust that these humans are making the best decision for themselves.
And I guess for me, the thing that's surprising to learn, or at least hypothetically, as I watch as the audience, it's surprising to see how close to the tipping point emotionally Boyd is to losing it. You see it a lot in his interactions with the character called Frank, which everyone will get a chance to see. But he's so close to like losing it, because while he's trying to be cool and calm, there are things, and if you break certain rules, he barely can contain himself. That's an interesting thing to kind of watch and learn and listen for. Do you know what I mean? Like, sometimes in life, you don't even know that you're on the edge like that. And I think Boyd's not even sure that he's on the edge like that until it happens. And then you realize, not only is he on the edge, but he could be potentially dangerous. And so that was interesting to watch.
To piggyback off of that, Harold, when we first are introduced to you, you're a sheriff, you've been in there for a while. I was wondering, with the presence of Tabitha and Jim, does that kind of help you push you over the edge? Because it's like, oh no, here's another kind of set of family I have to deal with, and we're all still stuck together, and I wish this didn't happen to them. Or is it like, hey, there's someone new?
It's certainly the former. Like, it's like, oh, there's a whole new family, and man, they're about to be stuck in this nightmare with us. And I don't think Boyd is. I think he feels for them. I think he feels a lot of compassion for them. But as the show goes on, you'll see that there are other things that family showing up, as well as a couple of other things, are the things that push Boyd to like, we got to do something here. We got to get this done. And we got to get out of here. It's really what he's trying to do. And as the series goes on, you'll see how that plays out.
more thing I was wondering, the mental state of your characters. We talked about you're all kind of on the brink, but with Tabitha and with Jim, we see the slow progression. Can you talk about whether or not by the end of the episode, the series, you would be in the same place mentally as you was when you first saw those crows and the tree?
I think definitely not. And that's the, with an arc of a character's journey, the circumstances are what fuel the growth of how you evolve as a human being. And I think we're going to see everyone here grow immensely and hopefully heal our wounds, but also go to some really dark places along the way.
And one last, oh yes, Catalina.
Thing about being stuck in this place, especially for the family, is that they have to deal with their problems. You know, like they have to deal with their problems. There's no way out. You just have to talk. You just have to deal. You just have to find a way. You just have to figure it out as a family, because they're alone now. I mean, like they're alone.
For speaking with me.
Thank you so much, Dana.
Oh, you're welcome. Bye, Dana.